Chris Martinez at Ad Hominem. So I came out to Denver to finish culinary school at Johnson & Wales. I transferred out here, and that took about a year to wrap up. And after culinary school, I really only worked at Rioja for about a year and a half. I spent 9 months there as a sous chef before I was offered the opportunity to open and run Ad Hominem. And I think a lot of my time, just like the rest of my time spent in kitchens, has just been about getting ready for where I am now, learning all the techniques and skills that I need to know so that I can effectively run a kitchen and shoot for the stars. I actually kind of stumbled my way into the restaurant business. I originally went to business school right out of high school and decided in 2 trimesters it wasn't for me. I went back to working in kitchens basically because I needed a job. One thing kind of led to another. I ended up at my community college in their hospitality program where I met one of my first chefs who told me to quit my hotel job and that she would come and teach me how to really cook at her restaurant. So that's really how I stumbled in there by accident. And then one thing led to another and I found myself in New York after that. But it was really more a stroke of luck and accident than a plan I had when I was little. Definitely the love and the passion behind working with other chefs, especially the crew that I have right now. There's really nothing like it when 8 people come together to collaborate on a dish or a menu, and the input is amazing. It's a wonderful energy to feel in that room when people are truly getting excited about what they're doing, and it's not just because they have to pay a bill that week, but they actually want to be there and they want to be part of something bigger. And cooking to me and just feeding people is great because it brings people together. I come from a large Italian family on my mom's side. We have a family reunion with 90 people every summer. Thanksgivings are 60 people. I have to fly home and help her prep now. But to me, food always just brought people together, and that's really why I continue to fall deeper and deeper into it, because we make memories and experiences and we make occasions more special than they already are. I think initially it was just how hard the work was. It wasn't just standing, in front of a saute and cooking. It was, everything else that was involved, and just the sheer amount of knowledge you need to really be successful and to, prove that you're out there and you deserve to be where you're at. And that's probably what shocked me the most. The amount of cookbooks I have now. I never really thought I'd have a full library at any point in my life. Cookbooks or even outside of that, but there's a lot of resources that you need to have trained and learned, and you need to have on a bookshelf for you to call upon, because there's just too much to memorize. I would say work first. A lot of people will ask like, oh, do you think I should go to school? Do you think I should go to work? I'd say work first. What I've done is always found the best people around and I work for them. Until I learned what I feel like I needed to learn, then I find the next best. And I think that's the most reasonable way to go about it, is to figure out if you like cooking, first of all, not just like in your home, but in an industrial kitchen, and then figure out what aspect of cooking you want to really work on. Do you want to run the whole kitchen? Do you want to focus on butchery? Do you want to be the most awesome line cook that is ever going to step on a line? Hone in on that and then decide if school is going to be an option for you. But I definitely say the work experience is the most important part of any chef's background. I think it's just that big, bright future that's out there. We have 300 new restaurants opening a year, and I think with the influx of small local chefs that are really driven by creativity and really don't have any holds behind them because they're not working in a corporate environment per se, I think that's one of the most exciting parts, is to just see where all this young blood is going to take Denver over the next half decade. One of the stories I've been hearing a lot about recently is how hospitality workers are being treated in kitchens and in restaurants, and that there's a big push now more than ever to be paying people right and to be treating them like human beings, and not just, gears and wheels that operate a machine. But with people like Danny Meyer coming to town, I just read an Eater article about another chef that's doing kind of the same thing that we want to do. Is just like, a lot of people are now starting to realize that happy chefs make better food, and it's not like the 80s where everyone's kind of a delinquent and they're working in a kitchen because they have nowhere else to go. But these are actual professionals. These are career changers. I work with chefs that went to business school and then decided they wanted to cook. They don't use that business degree, and so we're seeing a lot of that, and I think it's important that we maintain the attitude that we're going to start treating people better. We're going to pay them livable wages. They're not going to be working 80 hours a week in, hot kitchens and going home at the end of the day just feeling defeated. I think, like I said earlier, when you take that financial burden off the table, it allows people to really be happy about coming to work. And when you can foster that, then the creativity, the exploration, the knowledge, the educational opportunities, really, the world opens up and becomes your oyster at that point. But until we can get there, you know, we're going to have to keep fighting for it. Who would be my dream dinner guest? Mm-hmm. Well, my dream dinner guests have already come in, being my parents. Have to say that one. But I think, you know, any of the chefs I worked for in New York, to have them come in would be equal parts exciting and just utterly nerve-wracking to have, you know, some of those names in Denver nonetheless, but in my restaurant, in my humble little abode, I think that would be like some of the dream guests. Just get an honest input of where I'm at right now so I can learn how to be better tomorrow than, you know, compared to what I am today.